and lost completely the art of actually producing literary text. And one day, quite recently, he was watching an old episode of Countdown with Carol Vorderman in it, and he got aroused. That's not bad, is it? 7 letters and 4 vowels. And suddenly, the literary juices started flowing again, and he was able to knock out text. And I'm pleased to tell you that, in fact, there was a happy ending, and he's able to this story, and he's able to join us again tonight. So put your hands together and big round of applause for Adrian O'Loughlin.
A story of passion, golf, and carnal desire. When George E. Clark brill-creamed hair and shorts, he was softly spoken, innocent, pure, and a dab hand at every sport. At football, he could play just about anywhere. Goalie, his particular strength. And at cricket, he could swing his balls left or right, or bring them up sharp off a length. But golf, it was George's passion. He just loved the intricate game that had rules for the size of your driver and a sport you could play in the rain. And each night as his mates went out clubbing, George would a candle ignite, and sucking his thumb, niblick in hand, he'd dream about birdies all night. And not the birdies his mates had in hand. You see, to one sport he had not succumbed. With a sandwich he could work his hands like a pro, but with girls it was fingers and thumbs. He had an idea how to make the approach. He'd observed the captain's technique from a vantage point high in the trees on the ninth, overlooking the sand in Club Week. He thought it strange to be teaching lady captain in sand late at night, with his grip to pot and his left hand too high and hers gripping club far too tight. But George was no fool, so he wrote it all down in case some small point he forgot, like the angle of knees on the backswing or the alignment of thumbs on the shot. And thus it was that love passed him by, and his notes in his bag gathered dust. His brain, overloaded with clutter of golf, had no time to focus on lust. Till one day, he was out on his own, when the siren, with eyes deepest blue, came up from behind and inquired, "Could I tempt you to make up a two?" Now, for reasons of honour and secrecy, I cannot reveal who this is. I promised I wouldn't tell a soul. Your secret's safe with me, Liz. It was June. It was dusk. It was dark. It was hot. And with every successive new hole, her desire for this innocent young lad in shorts began to get out of control. Till on the 8th green, she decided to strike as she gave him a generous putt. "Oh, George! Oh, George! I want you so much! Let me feel the warmth of your touch!" Now, George had always known one day, a moment such as this, it would come, when a man's got to do what a man's got to do. And he knew that his moment had come. "All right," he said with a passion. as he wondered where he'd have to give strokes. But where shall we go? She breathed in his ear as he rummaged in his bag for his notes. Over there to the bunkers he pointed is where we shall reap our reward. And as he wrote down his score for the 8th, they then moved to the spot where the captain had scored. She gently lay down in the bunker, and the buttons she began to undo. When she noticed he had this vexed look on his face, as if doubtful as to what he should do. "What's the matter, pet?" she whispered. "Well, I just feel a tad out of place. But as if I'm in Captain's own bunker, as if I've parked in his space." "We'll move then, my darling," she groaned, and into next bunker they moved. Once more she commenced on her buttons, an action of which he approved. "George, why are you wriggling?" she inquired as she fondled his hand. "Well, I cannot be expected to play my best stroke until first I've gauged depth of sand." So they had to move to the next bunker. Liz now at height of desire, her buttons undone, her moment had come when George would consume her with fire. She gently laid back and closed her eyes as she awaited the stroke he would make. But George, a creature of habit, before playing had gone for the rake. When he returned, Alice, she was gone. Enough, she had thought, was enough. Leaving George all alone, never destined to know or feel the true meaning of rough. But 40 years on, he's a wily old fox, and he wouldn't now make same mistake. And if ball's stuck in sand, he plays his stroke first, and then goes in search of the rake.
Adrian. Excellent, brilliant. Only the names have changed to protect the innocent.